of yesteryear. We're on the 18th of Kislev, Yudchet Kislev. It's going to mark the Hilula of a really great Turkish-born rabbi. His name was Rabbi Yosef of the 1800s, respectively. He was born in English year 1820 and passed away in English year 1896, to be precise, on the 23rd of November. Naturally, that was Yudchet Kislev, the 18th of Kislev. Now, he would become a great rabbi. He would become a Mukubal, a great Kabbalist in of itself. He would be appointed in the Hakim Bashi, let's just say, of Izmir, which had a huge, great Torah colossal community at that point in time. I think it was for a shortish period, and very much would take on huge positions also in the city of Btzfat, later on in the land of Eretz Israel, and let's just say the main Sephardi rabbi of Btzfat, of that city in of itself, respectively. Let's explore a few of the highlights of the great rabbi's life. Now, as we stated before, he was born in English year 1820, and this was in Turkey he was born, and came from great rabbinic heritage, which has to be pointed out. He was, I believe, the son of Rabbi Yehuda Hakim, who happened to be a very great rabbi in of itself. And this was, at that point in time, remember, as we said before, Turkey had a very prominent and great Torah community. Now, it's actually pointed out that Rabbi Chaim Pelagi, arguably one of the greatest Turkish rabbis ever, appointed him, I believe, let's just say, to become a Chacham Bashi of Turkey, respectively. Now, appointed him, let's say, as his successor, because he himself had very, very high stature. Rabbi Chaim Pelagi is probably the most famous Turkish rabbi in Jewish history, you could arguably say. And when he passed away, I think in the year 1868, Rabbi Pelagi did, in turn, he would succeed and take that position. I think this is a position that was actually recognized by the Sultan Abdulaziz, if I'm not mistaken. So it was a position, let's just say, with great prestige within regards to the country sphere in himself. So Rav Hakim will take that position, but I don't think he would keep this position for long. I think there was proposed reforms in the leadership of the community that the provisional governor wanted to implement within regards to the community leaders and within regards to Jewish schools framework and all those various things. So because of outside factors, let's just say, in of itself, he did not end up serving for a long position of time in this prestigious position, but albeit he was very, very powerful and very influential from what we see. So he was a great rabbi. He would become one of the heads of the Kehila in of itself, and he would be teaching in various different schools in Turkey. At that point in time, he would be taking on many different great positions, and then eventually, shortly afterwards, I think he actually would move to Palestine at that point in time, to the land of Eretz Israel, and he would settle in one of the four holy cities of Btzfat, along with, naturally, we know the other holy cities are Hebron, Jerusalem, and Tiberias, respectively. So he would go to Btzfat, and originally, apparently, it was reported over that he was really, really immersed in Torah study once he came and arrived in the place in of itself. I think he would spend some time in the Beit Knesset Bena'ah, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is in a famous synagogue in Tzfat, in that vicinity himself, and he would seclude himself to Hitbodedut and learn Torah and delve in Torah at a very high level, non-stop pretty much. And later on, I think he would become appointed, let's say, the chief rabbi, or the head Sephardi rabbi, and the Chacham Bashi, as they say, of Tzfat, respectively. And I think this was a very prestigious position, because Tzfat was always a great Kabbalist city. We spoke about Rav Luria Ashkenazi, all the great rabbis, Rabbi Chaim Vital. It was an epicenter within regards to Kabbalah, and still very much is here in modern day. He passed away on Yudchet Kislev on the 23rd of November in English year 1896. He was buried, I believe, in the cemetery, the old cemetery in Tzfat, if I'm not mistaken. Very interesting enough. Now, he left great descendants, especially, I think his son Rabbi Shlomo would be appointed as a judge of the Jewish court of Tzfat after he had passed away, and was actually took over the role of the great rabbi, his father in of itself. Reporter Rabbi Yosef Yehuda Hakim, his son Rav Shlomo, will take over that position. And very much, I think, sadly, he passed away himself in English in 1907 in Egypt. He was in Egypt. I think there was a train accident, and he sadly lost his life. His son did, Rabbi Shlomo did. This would have been just over around 11 years after Rabbi Yosef had passed away. And among his family, so we stated before that he was born naturally in, I believe he was born in the English year 1820. His wife's name was, I think, Rabbanit Garcia, if I'm not mistaken. He was the father of great Rabbanim, including Rabbi Shlomo Hakim, who we mentioned before, Rabbi Shmuel ben Hakim, Rabbi Hakim, and Rav David Hakim, also very, very great people in of themselves. It's actually interesting. I believe it was reported over that his son, Rav Shmuel Hakim, was born in Saloniki in Greece. Rabbi David Hakim, though, would be born eventually in the year 1850 in the land of Israel, Eretz Israel in of itself, and followed by, I think, Rabbi Shlomo Hakim would be also born in Eretz Israel in Tzfat, as well as, I believe, in very, very interesting enough. So he passed away in the English year 1896. He was a very great rabbi. I'm not sure the exact date of birth of the other children, but he was very much a great rabbi in of itself. Yud Chet Kislev, the 18th of Kislev, marks the great rabbi's Hilula. I would recommend everyone to please light candles in his memory. One of the great, let's say, chief rabbis of the city of Turkey and the head rabbi in Tzfat, respectively. Please, everyone, if anyone happens to be related to any of these great rabbanim we are speaking about, please send me an email. I would love to hear more information on these great rabbis. We are a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear. If you feel anyone might be interested in listening to or watching these videos, please share to them videos. And friends, everyone subscribe to the channel now. We're coming close to 6,000 subscribers, so we'll appreciate if anyone can subscribe. We want to get maybe to the end of the festival of Hanukkah and reach a 6,000 milestone. That would be absolutely amazing if we can achieve that. So wishing you all a good day, wishing you blessings from Israel. Take care, and remember, we've cut probably around 70 rabbis already from the country of Turkey, which had a really great Torah community. I would recommend everyone, we did cover the video on Rabbi Chaim Pelagi a couple of years back, so please look over the previous videos of the great rabbis and search for Rabbi Chaim Pelagi video also, because we very much spoke about him also inside this video. So please, wishing you all well, and take care and be well.